Welcome to the Equipping Leaders podcast. I'm Natasha, and my goal is to equip leaders with tools to make their leadership journey easier and more expansive. Over the past few episodes, I've talked about giving feedback, and receiving feedback is equally important. When you hear that someone is about to give you feedback, how do you respond? Do you cross your arms across your body in a physical defense? Do you take the feedback and do something with it? Do you follow up with the person to let them know that you've used their feedback? There are a lot of different things here. And as leaders, how we take feedback is a model for others. Let me start by saying that the appropriate response to any feedback is thank you, even if you don't agree with it, even if it's not someone whose perspective you're particularly interested in. Thank you is all you need to say. When someone is giving you feedback, solicited or otherwise, the first thing to do is to be open. So don't think about whether or not you think the feedback is true or valuable. Just listen and be open, right? You don't have to do anything right now. You're just letting it land. So it's great to ask questions to get a better understanding, but make sure that you're asking questions to increase your understanding so that you can take action and not asking questions from a defensive posture. Gustavo Razzetti has a really great framework that I like for receiving feedback, and he calls it the 5 R's of feedback. First, you request feedback. This is where you take initiative and decide who you want feedback from based on the support or development that you're looking for. If someone is offering feedback, then this first R is where you'd open yourself up to that feedback. Either way, you are taking ownership of the feedback that you're being given. The second R, you receive the feedback, which is where you listen and ask questions to gain clarity. Next, you reflect on the feedback. And this is where you consider the feedback, its validity, and its relevance to what you're trying to accomplish. Even if something is not relevant for what you're actively doing, sometimes we hear a theme that's repeated among different people, and that can actually point to a blind spot that we have. Then you respond. This is where you go back to the person and you're going to thank them again for their feedback. You want to make sure that you close that loop and let them know that you appreciate them taking the time to do that. And then finally, you resolve. And this is where you put the feedback into action and you can share that plan that you have to use it moving forward. Regardless of your role in receiving feedback, these 5 steps can really help you take action on the feedback that you receive. People use their most powerful tool, their voice, to share feedback with you. So remember to stay open and say thank you. Thanks for listening.